Stephen Chadwick. Welcome to the corner.
Thank you.
I'm going to start you out with just what is the main question to me.
All right.
About you.
Okay.
It's 2015.
Yes.
Country music everywhere, even occasionally in Texas, has taken a real rocky, poppy base. What's with this traditionalist thing?
I was just raised on it. I love it. I love the Merle Haggard and the Ray Price, and I like real music. So I just wanted to, when we went into the studio to make the CD, I just wanted to be true to myself. And you know, I had other people that used to manage me and work with me, and they pulled me every which way but loose, pretty much.
Yeah.
And finally, I'm with a group and a team that's let me be who I am. And I think that it's going great for me.
Well, that's good.
So, and I just love the old country stuff. You know, when you walked in there, you know, those guys that sang back then, there was no such thing as let's do another take. I mean, it was, you know, they went in there and did it one time, and if it didn't work, they had to redo that whole song.
Did Tommy Dedamore let you do it that way?
He let me go in there, and we did a lot of cuts and everything, and he was great with me in the studio and just let me do what I wanted to do. Gave me very little suggestions and in a very constructive way.
Right.
And we had a great time.
Wonderful, because if you're having fun, so will the listeners.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So we had a real good time, and I know I'm kind of going against the grain with everything, but I got to be true to myself and true to who I am and my listeners too, and
right.
And it's paying off for me, I
Good.
think.
Well, I was thinking that you've had the really amazing opportunity to open for somebody like John Anderson, who, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the most intelligent, fascinating people in the business, for John Conley, for Ray Price. What was that like? You're a lot younger than those
yes,
guys.
I was. Well, I just kind of looked at it, but I wasn't starstruck, but I definitely, this is stuff that my dad, you know, raised me on, and seeing
and
these
your dad
singers.
had a band, too.
My dad had a band, yes.
Okay.
He was actually the first entertainment at the Katy Rice Harvest Festival.
Oh,
he was
really?
up on a flatbed trailer.
Well, good for him. That's the way to do it.
But, you know, he introduced me to the stuff, so when I actually got to open them for him, I was just, you know, I could not believe that I was actually opening what I had heard, because my dad played, you know, vinyls of these people, and I just, it was so cool to meet, especially Ray Price, because I'm a big fan of Ray Price and the older country, and then John Anderson, of course, and then Gene Watson. I got to open for twice.
Oh, how exciting.
And my first guitar that I have actually has Ray Price and Gene Watson on there, the signature.
Well, you hold on to that, because one day it's going to be worth a lot of money
Yes,
on the Antiques Roadshow.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It doesn't get played anymore.
Good. No, I don't blame you. You started singing with your dad when you were little.
When I was very small.
Then you went on to sing with the high school band. Now, what was that, a marching band?
It wasn't a high school band. No, it was a band that I was in when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
These guys were already developed. They played like in Columbus area and LaGrange area.
Uh-huh.
They did a lot of the weddings and a lot of festivals and stuff. And the way that came about is actually I had gotten asked to. I was doing some of the country music showdowns and stuff like that, and they actually were the backup band for them.
Oh.
Their name was Colorado, and I had gotten asked in Katy to do the dance after the rodeo, and I had been doing can music at that time before karaoke was real big, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to do the dance after, you know, with can music, there's no way I'm going to do that.
No.
So I asked this band to do it, and I paid them and made no money off of it, and then they asked me to be part of the band, and that's how it came about. These guys were 2 times older than I was, sometimes 3 times older than I was, and they just took me in, and that's where I was able to cut my teeth and learned a lot of things, and I played a lot.
Good.
And
well, that's how you learn, is doing it.
Absolutely.
Now, you said, or it was said of you, that in addition to liking Merle and Ray Price and all those guys, that you have a real affection for Otis Redding and old school R&B.
Yes.
Did that come from Dad too?
Came from Dad. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I'm having a whole lot of trouble hearing you sing Otis Redding.
Well, believe it or not,
do.
I do. Yes. I pull it off.
Do you sweat a lot?
No, don't sweat a lot. That's a good one. No.
I would say Otis was half again as tall as you.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you stand up real tall when you do Otis?
We do our own little spin on it, but we do. That's one of my favorites to do is Dock of the Bay, and then sometimes I do some Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And that's just part of me, you know. And I don't want to what's the word, to deprive the audience of that side of me. So,
well, and
and also my soul too. That feeds my soul.
I also think that there's a lot of relatability because those are very emotional songs.
Absolutely.
They're very honest songs.
Absolutely.
And good country songs are both those things.
That's right.
Too.
It's all real music is what it basically comes down to.
Tell me about Hell of a Time to Go Crazy. That's your single, and
Yes.
it's getting going good.
It is. That song was given to me by a great writer up in Nashville, and he sent me the songs. Sent me a lot of songs actually, and this one really kind of struck a chord for me. And I guess because I've been through it before. Being a musician, you do date a lot of crazy ex-girlfriends sometimes. So, and I think a lot of people can relate to this too. And and the other thing that struck a chord for me too was also just the honky tonk and the fiddle and the steel, and that just, you know, I like that old school sound. So when I heard that it's like a Texas shuffle, and I knew, you know, around here in Houston and stuff, I'm known to play danceable music.
Sure.
And I was like, well, that's definitely right down the pipe for me. And you know, I love the song. I love performing it, and it's really cool to see the people out there dancing, even if they don't know what it is.
Well, I agree with you. And also, I know George Strait is an idol of yours.
Yes, absolutely.
And that makes sense too. Just as George hasn't written every song he ever sang,
No.
he sings the songs that he knows he can communicate.
He's a great storyteller.
He's a great storyteller.
That's right.
So the album is called,
Let's Do This Thing.
and the single is Hell of a
Time to Go Crazy. Yes.
Yes, Stephen Chadwick.